John and Cami. And we're here to kind of introduce the show this week. We've been really, really blessed to have a whole bunch of different guests on over the last couple weeks, and today is yet another incredibly exciting episode.
Very interesting guests on the show.
Yep, we've got, obviously we've got our general health and fitness segment, which is the very first segment of the show, and covers all, the gambit. We've had doctors on, we've had, trainers, we've had all kinds of different people on, and today's segment is, again, another one with great information for everybody that anyone can use, which is really, again, the target of the show is help everybody. It's fitness for everyone,
right.
All ages.
All ages.
Yep.
All genders.
Another segment, second segment is nutrition.
Nutrition, yes, and that's the one I covered once in a while.
Yeah, you do a wonderful job on nutrition. I can't boil water, so thank goodness we got Cami here to cover our nutrition segment. She's covering a lot of different segments with respect to cooking healthy, food choices, being a vegetarian. You actually have a very, very sensitive, you're very sensitive about what you eat and understanding
I'm very picky about what I eat, yes.
And then, of course, you're a mom, so you have to be conscious of making sure that the kids get good nutritional food as well.
Yes, make sure that they like what I make them too, because that's huge. If they don't like what you make, then they're not going to eat.
Yeah,
so
you definitely want them to eat healthy and eat what you're trying to bring to the table. Then, of course, we've got always so important, mind,
body, and spirit.
Of course. And so we've had some really, really good guests on for that one. Been very lucky on that. Again, here, it's that whole connection that the mind actually does. It really affects your body and everything about, who you are and your living.
Yes, and especially if you live a very stressful life, especially living in LA, as we talked about before. I mean, you can live anywhere in California and still feel stress. Anywhere, actually, and still have stress in your life, whether it's from a job or stress from a relationship.
Yeah, stress has come from all kinds of directions.
All kinds of directions. Even good stress is still stress.
Right, and we're really, really blessed because we've got some great resources that help us with, meditation, yoga, stretching, just all kinds of things. Your aromatherapy clinic. Hypnotherapy, everything. So we've been really, really blessed to have some super, super guests on and continue to bring you more and more information. So, hey, why don't we get on with the show?
Yes.
Sounds like a plan.
Forgive me for what I've done and what I'm about to do.
Judgment Day has arrived for you.
I've been very disappointed in Jessica as of late.
You're gonna have to start believing in me.
I'm gonna rip her head off!
Why couldn't you just leave well enough alone?
Hi everybody, well, we are here in West Hollywood at the Fitness Factory, and we are here with Craig Ramsey, who is such an amazing performer, artist, trainer. I mean, he is the man of many talents. He is an incredible...
I need you as my agent or manager. I love it.
No, he really is. He's very knowledgeable in so many things. I mean, he's done, performance at theater. He has done television. He's been recently on some TV talk shows, as a trainer. He does personal training. Like I said, he's so talented and so knowledgeable, and that's why I was so happy to have Craig agree to come on and do the show today. So we're going to do a few segments with Craig. You'll see him here this week and in future weeks, but one of the things we want to talk about is, like I said, one of Craig's, one of his many, many talents is he's really, really a specialist, knowledgeable in stretching. As a performer and theater performer. So tell us a little bit about your background, Craig.
Well, first off, let's talk about you for a second. You are built, my friend. Wow, you're all things Venice Golds, and I love it. That's great. I'm a little jealous.
No, you shouldn't be. Look at that.
We need to go on the floor later. You got to show me some of your techniques. That's great. Stretching. I wrote a stretching book,
yes,
The Anatomy of Stretching, and the reason why I was so inspired to write it is because every single client, or the majority of questions that I got from viewers that see me on TV, is stretching. They knew I did Broadway, they know I was a contortionist, a trained contortionist, and they wanted advice on stretching. I think everyone out there feels like they don't stretch enough, and they innately know how to stretch, but they don't know how to piece it together. which is why from the Broadway dancers' mistakes and strengths, no one knows stretching like the Broadway dancer.
Well, and that's the thing. You do come to the table with such a background. I mean, like I said, you do know the training, you do that. But the Broadway, the theater, I mean, you really do have an extreme knowledge of stretching. Again, just the over body ergonomics. I mean, you have to understand movement, and stretching is the key part. You know, doing it safely, doing it intelligently, so that you don't injure yourself, so that you can get on stage and do that performance.
Survival. Survival 8 shows a week is key as a Broadway performer. And we do that by protecting our body and keeping it long, lean, limber, and protected.
Well, what I wanted to do on at least today's segment is actually, can you show a couple of, like I said, we're going to feature the book here in a second. And just so you know, Craig we'll cover the website. He has a website you can go to, you can order the book. You'll see the book everywhere. It's all over the place because it is such a great resource.
But it looks really good on my website.
But you certainly want to go to the website because you get more than just the book from the website. He has good information there, and other things we'll be talking about later as well. But for right now, how about, what are just some common, simple stretches that maybe people should do, just an everyday type of thing, something to help them get ready for the day?
Absolutely. I love that your focus is fitness for everyone, anywhere and everywhere. And even though this is from the Broadway dancer's perspective, we take the techniques of that and every single person can use it. So I'll start with, for instance, even some functional stretching. If you play golf, if you even are lifting groceries, if you're driving too much. So let's stretch out the chest, and I'll show you some techniques with that.
Okay.
Let's perform this stretch using any kind of solid, stable item or object here, like this pole or like a wall. Now, what we want to do is hold the body with the perfect dancer alignment, which means with this stretch, my wrist is lower than my elbow is lower than my shoulders. I'm going to reach forward with that left foot and leg, the same one that's working here in the upper body, and elevate that chest. Shoulder pushes down away from the ears and back. Now I'm getting my chest muscle, my pec muscle as the primary, and my front delt, my bicep, and my forearm as secondary muscles in this stretch. Hold, breathe. Breathing is key with this. And then perform it on the other side. I'm going to let you in on a big Broadway secret. What does all of the Broadway stars do, dancers and such, before they enter the stage? It's called a wide-legged front forward hinge. Wide second position, and I lean over, getting those hamstrings, getting so many muscles as secondary muscles. The key to this is elevating the chest so I don't round my back. I flatten it by elevating the chest, sticking the front up and the booty back. Relax the weight of the head and breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Bend the knees, slowly roll up and come to original position. Okay, and here is your X-rated stretch. Now this can be done in the comforts of your bed or home, it's also included in my partner stretching, and it's done for a good reason, that it's placed before my pregnancy stretches. All right, here we go, John. You ready for the X-rated version? From yoga, you grab onto the bottom of your feet. Feet are pointing up to the ceiling, and you draw the knees down, and it's called the happy baby. Make that baby happy, breathe, and enjoy. Then make it the happy adult, grab onto the inside of the calves and extend the legs out to the side. And breathe. Good.
That was awesome. Thank you so much for showing us those stretches. I mean, look what I found. I found a copy of the book. Craig's, go to his website. Like I said, you can get a copy of the book. It has so much valuable information, great stretches for all kinds of things. Like I said, everything from just if you need to get out and do some yard work to I'm a competitive athlete to I'm a performer, and
kids.
Just anything, everything. Kids, adults, seniors, anybody can take advantage of the information in this book. And like I said, it's really, 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 really good information. So Craig, thank you so much for coming on, showing us this.
Thank you.
Now, again, I've mentioned it a couple times, so let me let you introduce your website. So how do they find you?
Website, www.craigramseyfitness.com, and Ramsey is Ramsay.
Okay, and then, like I said, if anybody has any questions also, you can always find links. We will have a link on our guest page to Craig's site. So just go to the Fitness for Every Life website and then just go to the guest page and you'll see a link there. So if you don't remember Craig's link, you will know where you can find Craig's book and so much more information. We're going to have Craig on for future episodes. We've got a couple other things we're going to cover with him. Again, such a plethora of knowledge, skills, talent. He's amazing. So we're really, really blessed and lucky to have him here. So look for the book, look for the website, and definitely keep watching.
Looking for a realtor that's personable, knowledgeable, and an excellent negotiator that's motivated to get your home sold? I'm Joanna Selby with Prudential California Realty. Looking to sell your home? Want to know what your home is worth? Want a realtor to expose your home to top websites, magazines, and even on TV? I'm here to help. Call 855-600-BLVD, treating you like family.
Hey, what up? This is Eddie, owner of Metroflex Gym Long Beach. You know, real training isn't pretty, and neither is this gym. But if you want to look good, train your butt off, get hardcore, this is the right spot. We have elements of CrossFit, powerlifting, strongman, bodybuilding, tactical training, sports-specific training. Everything you can think of that's hardcore belongs in this gym. We have trainers that are experienced as bodybuilders, professional athletes in all different realms. So come on down to Metroplex, get your hardcore on.
Well, welcome back from the break, and look at who we are here with. Cami, the co-host, myself and Cami are together at Cami's house. Cami is a vegetarian, and that is really interesting to me because I am not a vegetarian and I don't really understand, the whole vegetarian concept. So, there's vegetarians and there's vegans. I hear both terms, and they're very different, aren't they?
Okay, the difference between a vegetarian and a vegan is vegetarians don't eat meat, vegans don't eat meat, and they don't eat any dairy products or any animal products whatsoever. They don't drink milk, they don't eat yogurt, they don't eat cheese. They just stick with the plain nuts, grains, fruits, vegetables, and there's a lot of artificial types of foods, we call them fake meats and fake cheeses that are made with just soy that vegans can consume. So it's not such a terrible thing to be a vegan. Although I'm not a vegan, I'm a vegetarian. I'd say I'm probably about 80% vegan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things like tofu. Tofu is something that a lot of people do use as an alternative, correct?
Correct, yes, tofu. The thing about tofu is you have to season it really well because it doesn't have a good flavor. It has like no flavor at all. So I like to shop for the tofus that are seasoned. And I like the firm tofu, the ones I can cut up and just fry them in a pan and with olive oil and garlic and saute it a little bit and put it in my casseroles or whatever I want to put in besides meat.
So I was going to say, tofu comes in different forms then. It doesn't just always come, I've always seen it as kind of like a block, almost kind of like a soft cheese, but it comes in different forms?
Yes, there's silky tofu, which is really, really soft. And then there's medium, and then there's firm tofu. I prefer the firm because, like I said, I can cut it up and, slice it up and throw it in a pan and saute it. It's really good, actually.
Now, as a vegetarian, do you find it very difficult to go shopping? Are you able to find, resources where you can shop for vegetarian-type products?
No, actually, I live in the city of Santa Monica, so Santa Monica is like the capital of vegetarians and vegans. So everywhere you go here in Santa Monica, whether it's the regular grocery store or the health food store, they have vegetarian meats that you can purchase, and I mean, you shouldn't live off the the vegetarian meats that they have in the frozen department, because a lot of them have too much sodium, and you just gotta have to get creative when you're a vegetarian. Like, I have these cookbooks here that I cook my recipes out of, and yeah, you have to get creative when you're a vegetarian, because you can only eat so much beans and rice. I mean, that's my favorite food actually, but you need to be creative and find other ways to get your protein and stuff like that, so you're not so bored with your diet. So I try to get creative with cooking different types of recipes, and I enjoy it.
Now, as a vegetarian, you actually do have dairy products included and things like that, so that kind of does somewhat expand your menu of options, right?
It does, although I don't drink cow's milk. I was diagnosed with migraines, which my migraines are not terrible, but the doctor told me that a person with migraines has to stay away from dairy, hard cheeses. It's okay to eat a little soft cheese. No ice cream, which I love. There's soy ice cream, by the way, and that's pretty good. They have a lot of flavored ones too. Cheese, I like cheese. I try to stay away from the cheddar. I keep with like the feta cheese and the goat cheese and stuff like that, and I put that on my salad, and it tastes really good. But
Well, I know from a lot of the people, the athletes that I've interviewed, I had a segment that we had done in the past with Dan Decker, and with Dan Hill, we've got a segment coming up in the near future, and he's a big fan of goat cheese. He says it's a great source of protein, and it's a great item. The texture is good and everything. So do you find that actually is something you add to different menu items?
I mostly put that on my spinach leaf lettuce that I eat every day. I sometimes eat that twice a day. I love spinach leaf lettuce, and I especially love it with crumbled goat cheese or crumbled feta cheese. And that to me, that just tops off the whole salad. Then I'll have some vinegar. I put some vinaigrette on it. A little bit, yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. You can even with having the vegetarian diet, you can do a lot of things. It does give you a wide variety. There's so many different produce items and vegetables, and then flavors and things like that. You can really still eat a variety of flavors in a vegetarian diet. It doesn't have to be, to your point, rice and beans, lettuce, right?
Right. Even though those are my favorite foods, I have to say. But yeah, I love Mexican food, obviously. Yeah, you just have to get creative, and if you decide to be a vegetarian, you have to do a lot of research. And I did a lot of research when I first became a vegetarian, and that's how I knew why I wanted to be a vegetarian and what foods to eat in place of meat. Because, I mean, it's been almost 22 years, I haven't died yet. I mean, I'm healthy.
No, like I said, that's one of the things. You are a very healthy person. You have healthy vitality. I mean, that's one of the things why I was thrilled to have you as a co-host, because you have energy and vitality and so much going. And I was like, I found out, I did not know at the time that you were a vegetarian when we started working together on this show. And I was like, wow, that is amazing. So we really have to feature that. And so I'm glad we're able to finally come on board and talk a little more detail about it. Now, the only question I've got is, do you ever find that it's just impulsive that you really want, or do you see, when you first decided to cut back and go to the vegetarian, did you find it difficult to do that transition?
It took me 1 year to become a vegetarian, and I did it gradually. And then after a year, I started off with a couple days with no meat, and all of a sudden I'm not eating meat at all. Now I'm grossed out by it, actually, and so there's no way I'll ever go back to eating meat again. I'm very happy with my lifestyle right now.
Well, and that's another thing. I never thought about that. You can do it as a transition. It doesn't have to be okay, tomorrow I'm going to stop eating meat forever. You can transition it so that you can actually, migrate towards it, because it's a very healthy lifestyle, and it is something that really is something to really be proud of. Like I said, I'm very much impressed. It is something, because it's a very good healthy lifestyle. So What I'm going to say is, more power to you. Congratulations on what you've done. Maybe in future episodes, what we're going to do is we're going to bring Cami on. We're going to probably catch her here in the kitchen making some of her vegetarian dishes.
That's right. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I really look forward to it. Well, like I said, I'm still thrilled, so thrilled to have Cami on as co-host, helping us with all of the different segments and the information. Thank you for sharing your experience as a vegetarian.
Oh, you're very welcome. There'll be many more.
This is great. We'll look forward to doing some kitchen work with some vegetarian foods.
You have any questions, email me.
Absolutely.
On
You
the
can always do
website.
it. That's cool. And always go to the website, find out all kinds of information about what's coming up on the show. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
We are known as the Journeys.
Hi, everybody. Well, we are in Silver Lake today at the Tao of Venus Wellness Center, and I am here with Thorence Tweeten. He is a hypnotherapist here in the LA area. He works both here in the Silver Lake area and also in another office and location. We'll talk about that in a few minutes, but I wanted to kind of address hypnotherapy and this, the anxiety about it. Very interesting. It's a different type of treatment and process, and I wanted to actually feature this because so many people don't understand what hypnotherapy and hypnosis really is and how it can benefit you. So I found Thorence online and talked to him, and amazing gentleman. Again, the Tao Venus Wellness Center here in Silver Lake is one of the two locations you worked out of. We'll talk about that in a few seconds, but wanted to introduce you to hypnotherapy. So, Thorence, tell us a little bit about hypnotherapy.
Basically, hypnosis is just a means for a person to relax, to be able to really start to live their life by their beliefs, their dreams, their goals, and to release some of those old beliefs and habits that have held them back from achieving what they want in life.
Well, I know, like I said, one of the things, if you go onto your website, you talk about, and we've talked obviously extensively before I came and we do the interview today, some of the things that people really do come to you to work on. You have a variety of different things people want to focus on. I know one of the keys is a lot of people is smoke suppression. People want to stop smoking. Tell us a couple other things that you work with people on regularly.
Self-confidence is a really big issue. Self-love, motivation, just really wanting to achieve something and something's holding them back, maybe an old story. They keep living the past and bringing it into the present. And so with hypnosis, you can basically, because I'll have a long talk with someone before I ever work with them, and then as I work with them, they're letting me know all of the things that are really important to them, their dreams, their beliefs. And you often find that they have filtered and blocked what they want to achieve by something they may have learned when they were a child, something that was imprinted on them by a parent, a teacher, an old relationship, okay? And so with hypnosis, you can bypass the conscious mind, because if you can fall asleep at night, you can be hypnotized, because hypnosis is that dreamy state between being awake and being asleep. So when you allow yourself to go there and relax the thoughts, your conscious mind sort of takes a nap while your unconscious mind just opens up and absorbs those things that you want. So in the hypnosis trance, Your conscious mind is taking that nap, your unconscious mind is opening itself up, and the suggestions that I've orchestrated for the client based on our talk, nothing that I'm trying to implant in them, this is all their desires, go straight to the unconscious mind. And then when they come out of the trance, they can start to act from those, just as like when you're driving your car. Once you've learned the process, you can go from A to B and really not think about, stepping on the gas or the brake pedal. You just simply get there. So it becomes unconsciously competent for you to be able to do that. So you take control and guide your life based on your beliefs and your desires, not the ones that may have been affecting you in the past.
And just learn what the process can do for them. Because every person, one of the things we keep reminding people is that not everything is going to work for everybody and not everything is a good fit for everyone.
Right.
But I wanted everybody to have the opportunity to come meet with you and find where this fits in their health package and their health solution.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody's having a problem with confidence, if they're having a problem, even with their golf game, I mean, all different areas of your life, a relationship, old memories, the loss of a loved one, hypnosis can help in all of those areas.
Just general relaxation. If you
Yes.
find you're really curious, again, like you said, LA and the LA area can drive a lot of stress.
Yeah, I have some clients who came to me for one particular reason, and they come back on a regular basis just because the relaxation
Yes.
is so wonderful.
Yeah, it does. It gives you a new level of energy. It really does. So.
Right.
Well, like I say, hopefully our viewers will definitely take advantage of the information, find you, come in, see you. We will definitely follow up on another episode. Like I said, to come back and keep watching the episodes because we're going to do a little deeper dive into the hypnosis, and we're going to do a little demonstration, just a little touch of what you might experience from a hypnosis process. This is John King.
This is Cammie Burnett.
And we want to invite you to watch on Saturday mornings at 6:30 a.m. on KBMD, our program.
Fitness for Every Life.
It's going to provide you with information about mind, body, spirit, physical health, nutritional health, and just general guidelines. Hopefully you will join us and learn more about
Health and fitness.